Greetings to you, One Piece fans. I am Kaido-san, and I've come to you with a new video. Welcome to a new video where we discuss intriguing matters about the anime One Piece. Today, we will analyze the Summit War and the Marineford arc, but in a different way than usual, providing you with information you may not have heard before. So let's get started. The Summit War, as we know, was an important war that changed the era of pirates. This war marked a turning point in the entire story, where the strongest man in the world, Edward Newgate, and his 43 allies faced the marine forces, resulting in a legendary battle that claimed the lives of Porgasti, Ace, and Whitebeard, the strongest man in the world. First, we need to discuss the balance of power in that war. What were the main marine forces? First, 100,000 soldiers. Second, 5 vice admirals, including Monkey D. Garp. Third, the 3 admirals, in addition to Fleet Admiral Sengoku. Fourth, the ultimate weapon, Base Vista. Fifth and finally, the government allies, the warlords of the sea. These were the main forces of the Marines, but not the only balance of power they had. Let's not forget that the battle took place on government soil, which allowed them to devise a tight plan and a strong strategy to defeat the pirates who attacked the Marine headquarters. We also must remember that they had a hostage, Fire Fist Ace, which allowed them to lure the pirates upon their arrival. On top of all this, Admiral Akainu used some cunning to make one of Whitebeard's allies stab him. Now, on the other side, the pirates who attacked the Marine headquarters were no less formidable than the Marines. Their main forces were the strongest man in the world, Whitebeard, Edward Newgate. Second, his pirate allies, 43 ships from the New World Pirates. Third, 14 division commanders from Whitebeard's pirates. Fourth, the giant ooze. The scales were uneven between the Navy and the pirates, but shortly after the war began, the most troublesome person in the world and the younger brother of the pirate Fire Fist Ace arrived, turning the battlefield upside down. Although he was not very strong, his role was very important as the pirates lacked morale and determination, which our hero Monkey D. Luffy took on. He also brought many forces with him, led by the fishman Jinbe, the revolutionary Ivankov, the former Sea Lord Crocodile, and many pirates who escaped from the greatest prison, Impelled Down. This changed the balance of power in that war. In all of this, Luffy was a force and a measure of strength, uplifting morale and taking on the responsibility of psychological support in that war. It was not intentional or deliberate, but rather through his courage, vitality, and positions, standing up multiple times during that war, which made him the center of events and what was emphasized in that arc of the story. What distinguishes Luffy is not combat strength, but rather the determination, principles, and values that drive wars. This made Luffy's role in the war a pivotal one. Fourth, the giant ooze. The scales were uneven between the Navy and the pirates, but shortly after the war began, the most troublesome person in the world and the younger brother of the pirate Fire Fist Ace arrived, turning the battlefield upside down. Although he was not very strong, his role was very important as the pirates lacked morale and determination, which our hero Monkey D. Luffy took on. He also brought many forces with him, led by the fishman Jinbe, the revolutionary Ivankov, the former Sea Lord Crocodile, and many pirates who escaped from the greatest prison, Impelled Down. This changed the balance of power in that war. In all of this, Luffy was a force and a measure of strength, uplifting morale and taking on the responsibility of psychological support in that war. It was not intentional or deliberate, but rather through his courage, vitality, and positions, standing up multiple times during that war, which made him the center of events and what was emphasized in that arc of the story. What distinguishes Luffy is not combat strength, but rather the determination, principles, and values that drive wars. This made Luffy's role in the war a pivotal one. He clarified to us that in war, strength has no importance if there are no principles and values to fight with. There are some indications and hints from the Marineford War that may reflect on the future war in One Piece. We saw Crocodile and Buggy the Clown joining the battle, and we also saw Mihawk's admiration for Luffy, who are now the founders of the Cross Guild. We saw the participation of one of the Revolutionary Army members, as well as some of the escaped prisoners from Impel Down. We also witnessed Blackbeard and Shanks joining the war at its end. We saw the Marine hero Garp and Sengoku fighting Blackbeard. Most importantly, we saw Whitebeard handing over the flag of the new era to Luffy, the Straw Hat. So we have seen giants, fishmen, revolutionaries, Blackbeard's pirates, Whitebeard's pirates, Shanks, the Cross Guild, admirals, Garp, and Kobe. If we look at the current events happening in the One Piece world, we will see that these are the ones being focused on. So what if these are the ones who will participate in the future war mentioned by Whitebeard? Will Blackbeard fight Shanks or not? Will the remnants of Whitebeard's pirates join Luffy's side? Will some soldiers and commanders of the Navy rebel? And there is an important question. Why was Luffy without his crew during the Marineford War? Was it because it was a losing battle, so Oda-sensei kept the crew away from these events, or is there another reason? Wherever Luffy is with his crew, they must win. There is something we haven't noticed in the story of One Piece in general, which is that Luffy has never been involved in a large battle with a Marine, nor has he ever defeated the Marine forces. When he entered this war, he lost his brother and lost this battle. The stances of war parties regarding Luffy. Whitebeard pirates, Jinbe, and Boa Hancock, as well as the revolutionaries, were friends of Luffy and helped him. On the other hand, the admirals and the Marines were completely enemies of Luffy. Marine hero Garp, Kobe, and the Cross Guild had fluctuating positions. Sometimes they sympathized, and sometimes they fought Luffy. As for Blackbeard and Shanks, they did not confront Luffy, and we do not know their exact stance. They remain neutral in this war. What truly impressed me in this war is the end of Whitebeard, as in this war he received many stabs, many gunshots, and many cannon fire, but in this war, and in his life as a pirate, he did not bear any scar on his back indicating that he ran away. His greatness was complete when he died on the battlefield while standing before his enemies. We clearly saw that the Whitebeard acknowledged and confirmed that the Blackbeard is not the man that Roger was waiting for, and that Luffy is the heir to Roger's will. He is the man who will one day come in the future, carrying the history of hundreds of years on his shoulders, and he is the man who will challenge the world as a whole and ignite the war that will sweep across the entire world in a single day. He concluded his words by pointing to the One Piece treasure, saying,
"When someone finds that treasure, the world will turn upside down, and I am sure that there is someone who will find it, and that day will come sooner or later."
And also his final words, where he spoke about the treasure of One Piece, the moment that shocked everyone and stirred the excitement of pirates around the world.
One Piece は実在する!
This is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed watching. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. See you next time.